What up, Dave?
Oh, just having a great day here. Enjoyed our last talk, and I'm looking forward to this other topic that's really a hot one, I think.
I agree. I think it's one that some of them may be obvious, others maybe not. I guess
Yeah.
you'll find out once you hear what we've chosen are the 3 keys to high performance.
3 keys, yes. So, number 1, clarity of vision. And this one is, I find this one is so helpful, because without a clear vision of where you're going, you can end up anywhere, really. So I find in my life, when I'm working with high level people that want to really have a real big vision, they want to really make a difference in life. We want to get clear on that vision first, so we'll kind of have a direction that we're going. That seems to be one of the keys. So what do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's so important. And one of the subtopics of that is knowing what your highest values are within your vision. And here's the thing, when you're creating a vision for your life, you really got to do a self-check and see, is that congruent both consciously and subconsciously with your highest values? Because oftentimes you'll see people who maybe, see other people saying, hey, do this, this, and this to achieve this life or have this success. And so they start to do the things that aren't actually natural or congruent consciously and subconsciously with what's truly in their own heart's desire. So that vision's just got to be in alignment with your values. And yeah, that I would say that's probably the biggest thing when you're going to be a high performer.
Yeah, and also as life happens and things change and you have experiences, and the vision can change, and so it's nice to re-clarify that constantly as we keep growing and learning and becoming new people with new ideas, and our value shift. Got to re-clarify. So it's once a year I find it's great to just re-clarify that vision for where you are today, because it'll shift as you keep going. So clarifying, I think it's probably the most important as well in my.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that you brought up clarifying and checking in. I can say in my own experience, when I graduated from chiropractic college, I remember my first year of practice, adjusting patients, serving people, and thinking, I don't think I could do, like, I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this. I love this so much. And as I started to learn more about the mind-body connection and learn how what's going on in our head affects our physiology and how that can manifest as symptoms, is I really got interested in the psychology and human behavior and saw that as a really big key piece to overall health and wellness, not only within your body, but relationships, business, finance. And so it was, I started to actually get into coaching, and that was a big inspiring piece. And if I just had stick with my first vision of being a chiropractor, then I probably wouldn't be here having this amazing conversation with you today.
Yeah, it's such an important thing to keep re-clarifying, especially if you go through a life change or like a death, or a new job or a new relationship, or something's going to shift in your life. So just use that as ammunition. These experiences that we have, gain wisdom from it to help clarify where you want to go now.
I love it. What's number 2?
I was going to ask you the same thing. So what is number 2, Shelby?
Number 2, drum roll. Mastery of your emotions.
That's it. Mastery of your emotions. Warren Buffett talks about if you don't master your emotions, you can't expect to manage money. And I like to say, or your other parts of your life, either your relationships and your health and your finances. You just, mastering your emotions is really key as a secondary. Once you get clear, now start to master your emotions more effectively based on what's happening to you.
Yeah. And, this is so interesting as I observe it in the different clients I have, from athletes to people who are working in financial trading, to CEOs, and even my own athletic performance. I'll just share a quick little side note. So I've done, you and I have done a lot of work with breath work and mind body work and just balancing the mind so you can be in that executive center and nice clarity and focus. And so this past weekend, my brother actually said, "Hey, do you want to go shooting?" And I said, "Okay, let's do it use my first time." And so I had this rifle, and I was staring off, but I think it was like 50 yards or something like that, or 50 meters. Not sure what the measurement was, but I'm holding it and I shoot it, and I go, "Where did that go?" And he goes, "Just go a little bit up and to the left." And so I did. And as I'm looking into the barrel and just looking through the scope, I think those are the terms for it, I'm just so present with it. And I'm just so conscious of my breath and my whole body and every little thing that I'm doing. And what was fascinating, this is my first time doing it. I'm just shooting and I'm hitting the target every time. And I consistently did that over time. And am I good at it? No. But what I thought when I reflected back on that, it was, what was the most important thing? I was centered in my mind, I was centered in my breath, and that allowed control over my bodily actions, it's very sensitive when you're pulling the trigger. So the applications for having emotional control and mastery over your mind and body go from anywhere from athletics to making decisions, your relationships, all of that stuff.
Yeah. So that's such a great story, because we know, so when our emotions, when we start living by emotions, it changes our physiology, and our breath changes, and our, the way we hold ourselves, and tension in our body changes. So it's that was a great visualization of just realizing when you're managing your emotions more effectively, you have more poise when
Wow.
the ebbs and flow of life happen, which they're going to happen. And so when you know the tools to manage your emotions, you can navigate the ebbs and flows with more poise, and like surfing through those waves of life, because they're going to happen. And so I think that's just a great story. Thank you for sharing that. I loved it.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was fun. And I don't know if my brother was a little surprised, because I was just literally like, bap, 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 bap. And then it's like, all right, is that it? Like, are we done?
Yeah.
But it was, and
Yeah.
the 80/20 of that was really just being mindful of my breath and just being so relaxed in my body that I had the ability to control and just make these subtle movements and subtle changes. Because just like a business, we know it's just those little tweaks over time that create that exponential momentum in whatever goal you're trying to achieve, right?
So true. Great point. So so tell us what the third important piece of the puzzle is for entrepreneurs.
Get a drum roll. So the third piece is being consistent with your daily high priority actions. Dive into that, Dave.
Being consistent with your and so the key is priority actions, because there's a lot of actions we can take every day. We got a choice to choose what to do and where we put our energy and where we act. And so it kind of falls in when you're clear, where you want, where you're going, and you manage your emotions more effectively. Now you're able to act more precisely toward the vision and toward something based on being more poised instead of being emotional. When I know in my life, when I've taken action, when I'm in an emotional state of fear or anxiety or depression, there's going to be some lessons there for me to learn.
Oh, yeah.
So I love to be able to take those daily actions and think about what can I do today, this highest priority that I can act that's going to help me get to be more closer toward my goals.
Oh, I love that. And I'm curious to know what you would say. So, in moments when you've done low priority actions, what does your day feel like? What do you feel like?
I notice that I feel more tired. I get distracted more easily. Like I can't focus as much. I tend to beat myself up some, because I'm not doing high priority stuff. And it just doesn't, the day just drags on as well.
Yeah.
I notice when I'm focused on high priority and I'm present and I'm inspired about doing the actions, you lose track of time, your energy's up, you can go all day and never get tired. And when I'm hitting those low priority actions, it can be exhausting. You just get tired. You can't do it. What do you notice?
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
If Anytime I know my tech guy, absolutely love him. Anytime he's coming over and I know I have to do some tech stuff for the day, I literally dread starting the day. And I'm just like, do I have to? Like, I feel like a little child. My whole physiology reacts to it and is like, I don't want to do it. But if they're, working with clients, serving chiropractic patients, that I'm like, let's go, love it. Let's get started. Let's transform people's lives here. So
Yeah. When I know we're about to have a talk, man, my energy's up big time.
yeah.
If I got to do the dishes, I'm really tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Exhausted. I start having pain and irritability and shit happens.
Yeah, I
Make
hear
practice.
you. So to summarize, those of you who are watching, high performers, know your vision and know your values, and make sure that your values are in alignment with your vision. And as reevaluate your vision each year, checking in to see, hey, is this still my vision? Are these still my highest priorities? This is what I'd love to achieve. Number 2, self-mastery of emotions. And then number 3, making sure you are doing your priority actions every single day, because that's going to create the momentum to take off towards your goals.
Yeah, beautiful. Well done. I think these are some solid tips for these high performers. So I'm really glad to have the opportunity to share, because we both have worked with clients that have this and seen some successful actions. So thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Great to see you again. So where can people find you if they want to reach out and connect?
DrDaveTuck.com. Everything, go there because everything's there. Or if you're local in North Texas, Texoma Wellness is our chiropractic clinic. So yeah, either way. What about you?
I'm on LinkedIn, Dr. Shelby Aitchison, as well as Instagram. And I also have a chiropractic clinic in Waterloo. So pop in and say hello. Would love to see you. And if you have a topic that you would love Dr. Dave and I to discuss, we'd love to chat about it. So would love to hear your comments.
Thank you. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you soon, Doc.